Welcome back, travelers. It seriously feels good having you here once again. And today, we're diving headfirst into everything currently expected from the upcoming Genshin Impact 6.6 special program livestream. This version is arriving with several meaningful quality of life improvements, and overall there's honestly a surprising amount waiting for us just beyond the horizon. Now, while this patch may not completely reinvent the game in the most dramatic way possible, it still brings a huge collection of exciting additions that should keep the experience feeling active, refreshing, and consistently enjoyable. From the debut of brand new characters to several highly anticipated Rerun banners alongside a strong lineup of events designed to keep players busy, version 6.6 is already looking stacked with features that add even more depth and momentum to the game overall. So, let's break everything down carefully, piece by piece, so you know exactly what should be expected once the live stream officially begins. Get comfortable, relax for a bit, and let's jump straight into everything right now. The official 6.6 special program live stream is currently scheduled to begin on Friday, May 8th at 8 a.m. Universal Time Coordinated -4. It's definitely worth double-checking your own local time zone ahead of time so you don't accidentally miss the broadcast, because it's honestly very easy to lose track of time and arrive late without even realizing it. During the stream, we'll also be receiving the standard rewards, 3 separate limited-time redeem codes, each containing 100 Primogems, bringing the total amount up to 300 free Primogems altogether. These redeem codes never stay active for very long and usually expire somewhere within 24 to 48 hours, so you'll want to claim them as quickly as possible before they completely disappear. And don't worry if you're following me through the community tab and across my socials. I'll have every single code posted immediately once they become available. Make sure you're subscribed and notifications are fully turned on so absolutely nothing manages to slip past you. Now, let's move into the part that basically everyone has been waiting for, the playable debuts of Nicole, Lohen, and Prune. Starting things off with Nicole, her elemental skill already appears incredibly powerful from the very first look. Her entire kit seems heavily focused around strengthening on-field characters and massively increasing overall team damage output. After activating her skill, Nicole grants every party member the Selfless Boon effect, increasing their attack, and she's also capable of pushing that attack increase even higher afterward. Once her passive talent Shared Grace becomes unlocked, she can grant an additional 300 attack on top of all the existing buffs already being provided. And that's not even where things end. Whenever the active character deals elemental damage, Nicole's Selfless Boon transforms into Sacred Benediction for 8 seconds, dealing AoE power damage, refreshing the Selfless Boon effect for nearby teammates, while also generating a Radiance shield that adds another valuable layer of utility during combat situations. Looking over her Elemental Burst, it deals pyro damage while summoning mystical projections capable of performing coordinated attacks. These coordinated strikes scale directly from the active character's ATK and, interestingly enough, they inherit the same elemental type as the active character instead of remaining locked to Nicole's pyro alignment, opening the door for several extremely flexible and creative team interactions moving forward. And then there's a fun little passive twist. Nicole's charged attack transforms into a treasure compass mechanic, where she summons a sea eye that guides players toward the nearest treasure chest, making exploration feel a bit more magical and rewarding. Now shifting over to Lohen's kit. His elemental skill allows him to detect enemy weaknesses while entering a special combat mode known as the Stratagem state. While inside this state, he gains access to a unique elemental skill called Piercing Frost, and nearby teammates are able to generate triumph stacks that directly increase its total damage output. After activating his skill, his normal, charged, and plunging attacks become infused with cryo damage that cannot be overridden, fully locking in his elemental identity throughout combat encounters. His Elemental Burst unleashes rapid consecutive slashes that consume every accumulated Triumph stack to deal cryo damage, with the overall damage scaling depending on how many stacks are consumed. If Lohen is already inside the Stratagem state while casting his Elemental Burst, its duration becomes extended, allowing him to maintain pressure for much longer periods during fights. Next, we have Prune. Prune seems to function as an off-field Anemo support who also leans heavily into sub-DPS territory while offering meaningful team-wide buffs, instead of simply acting as another traditional swirl-focused unit. Her elemental skill, Dingling Ling, Demon Hunt Melody, introduces a unique mechanic where she unleashes wind power through her hunting oath hammer. If the attack triggers a swirl reaction, her hammer adapts by taking on the element involved in that previous swirl reaction, causing the Bane Hunter Oath Hammer to undergo elemental conversion, which adds another extra layer of strategic depth and flexibility to her gameplay overall. Her elemental burst, Ringing Demon Hunt Hour, summons a bell that follows around the active character while periodically striking nearby enemies, dealing AoE Anemo damage categorized specifically as elemental burst damage, making the ability feel both reliable and consistent during rotations. Now, let's talk about the Rerun banners. As expected, Nicole and Lohen are already confirmed for this update, but the Rerun lineup itself has definitely taken a few unexpected turns recently. Earlier leaks originally suggested that Mavuika and Kinich would both return during this patch, but newer rumors now indicate that Durin could potentially appear for an early comeback instead of Kinich. So currently, the tentative lineup appears to be Nicole, Lohen, Mavuika, and Durin, although the exact banner order still remains completely unconfirmed right now. We'll simply have to wait another couple of days to find out whether those predictions actually end up being accurate. Changing directions a little, let's discuss the story content. Version 6.6's Archon Quest is expected to take players back to the Dendro Nation while introducing entirely new characters and featuring several appearances that are likely going to catch players completely off guard. Without moving too deeply into spoiler territory, multiple fan-favorite characters from across the entire game are rumored to appear throughout this update, which honestly feels like a pretty major moment for the story overall. It also seems like Hoyoverse may already be preparing for the future by strengthening cryo reactions ahead of the eventual arrival of the Snezhnaya region. Brand new reaction adjustments currently include Stellar Conduct, Stellar Swirl, and even an entirely new Dendro cryo interaction as well. We'll also reportedly be getting 2 completely new artifact sets added during this update. One set appears specifically designed for Hexenzirkel dedicated supports, while the second one focuses primarily on improving the superconduct reaction. The Hexenzirkel set grants a 2-piece bonus providing 20% energy recharge, while its 4-piece effect activates after completing Witch Homework, granting a 20% damage bonus to the entire team depending on the wielder's elemental type. Then there's the superconduct set. Its 2-piece effect provides a simple but effective 18% attack increase. The 4-piece effect boosts superconduct damage by 40%, and whenever the wielder attacks enemies currently affected by superconduct, their crit rate for that specific hit increases by an additional 16%, making it look like a very strong option for reaction-focused team compositions and builds overall. Now, let's quickly touch on the Imaginarium Theater, because it's apparently receiving a noticeable visual upgrade. Characters including Mavuika, Kachina, Xilonen, and Escoffier will all receive brand new thespian tricks, which are essentially special photo mode poses unlocked by trading toy medals with Wolfie. On top of that, Wanderer and Navia are both getting new envisaged echoes, which function as purely cosmetic sprint effects that leave stylish trails behind while moving. Finally, let's move over to the events. The main flagship event is connected directly to the Hexenzirkel and will reward players with 870 Primogems along with a free Claymore skin after completing the necessary tasks and objectives. Alongside the flagship event, smaller side events will also include a parry-focused combat challenge together with an Asha co-op event, adding even more gameplay variety throughout the patch. As for wishes, if you're currently wondering how many Pulse players can realistically expect during version 6.6, present estimates suggest around 9,630 Primogems total, translating to approximately 60 intertwined fates altogether. These rewards come from events, daily commissions, Spiral Abyss resets, quests, alongside several additional sources spread across the patch. It probably won't guarantee every single character you might want, which means planning your pulls carefully is going to matter more than ever. Genshin Impact honestly feels like it's building towards something absolutely massive, and version 6.6 genuinely feels like the opening performance before an even larger spectacle begins. And that pretty much wraps up everything we currently know so far regarding version 6.6. From the arrival of brand new characters to the return of fan-favorite units and an impressive variety of events, This update really does seem to offer at least a little something for everyone. So now I'm genuinely curious. What are you personally the most excited about right now? Are you planning to pull for Nicole, or are the Rerun banners tempting you more instead? Let me know all your thoughts down below in the comments. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss any future updates as we continue getting closer and closer to the live stream itself.
All right, now we're talking.